Hi, and welcome to the 100 Meditation Tips. Here we're starting to explore some practices around sleep and how meditation can improve our sleep and how our sleep can improve our meditation. First tip I'd like to introduce is the time that we practice meditation. It's often good to have that time around when we sleep. Before we fall asleep, before we go to bed at night, it's a very good time to practice a formal meditation practice, whether that is sitting up in your bed, on the cushion, in a cross-legged posture, sitting on the side of your bed, with your feet on the floor, sitting on maybe a chair in the bedroom, unwinding, for whatever period of time that you're comfortable with. Trying to get into a good state of mind for when we sleep. Also, when we wake up, in the morning, that is also a very good time to practice meditation. Once again, it can almost be the first thing we do, so we just literally sit up in our bed and we start to practice, or we can, take a wash, have a drink, and then go and practice, either in the bedroom or an alternative room. Meditation can improve our sleep. It can help us to sleep. Many people who come to my classes talk about sleep and having issues with sleep. One of the reasons why we often find it difficult to sleep is because our mind is racing. So we put our head on the pillow and our mind is just spinning thoughts of the day, memories from the past, worries about the future. And even at that time, we can try to perhaps do some breathing meditation or some form of practice. It doesn't necessarily work. There's tension still in our body and mind. So, a really good practice that I personally find very helpful, and feedback that I've had from students and so forth, I've also found this very, very helpful, is where as we're trying to sleep, we lie on our back, like I'm doing now, maybe with the cushion slightly lower, and we place our hands on our stomach, and we observe our hands as they rise and fall in time with the movement in our stomach. So that movement, as you're probably aware, is the movement of our breath, the inhalation and exhalation. So what we do is we place our hands on that, and that process of movement begins to pacify our body and mind. We start to relax. All the energy and movement in our head comes down into our body, and we can use that movement to help us relax. In some respects, it's a form of breathing meditation. It's a practice that we can do not necessarily in our bed. We can do it lying down outside under a tree, or even not under a tree. We can lie down on the floor, and then on the settee, just place the hands on the stomach. It's a fantastic practice. Really, really helpful practice, and one that I recommend a lady who comes to one of my classes has said she's had insomnia for 22 years, and this particular practice, doing it every few weeks, has completely transformed her sleep. So this whole meditation practice can really help improve our sleep. So that's just a little tip, practice that can help sleep. Tune in for the next tip next week, where I will explain other practices based around sleep. Thanks for listening, and bye.